You may be aware that Usdaw run its Freedom from Fear campaign now since 2003. And the reason we keep this campaign fresh and alive is that there is still too much abuse as far as our members are concerned, just going to work to carry out their employment. And of course, we've just recently held the Westminster event where we invited politicians to come along and listen to the real experiences, sadly, some negative experiences of our members who've been abused as a result of just going to work. Why we need a change in the law is because shop workers or workers who deal with the public have to comply with the law and the legislation as it currently stands. So, for instance, selling alcohol, there is particular requirements on shop workers in continuing and carrying out the sales. But we now know that there is real evidence that when somebody abuses a shop worker or goes into the workplace, that there is not adequate protection for our members. We have numerous examples of this. And this Westminster event was a good example where people were given their examples to the politicians, where either the police didn't turn up, or turned up late, or even when some of these attacks were so aggressive in nature, where our members were really badly injured as a result of being attacked, the punishment was so limited that it was not seen to be any real deterrent. And I can't think of any other jobs where it's seen to be acceptable, where people can go to work feeling that abuse is a part of the job. And that's why the campaign that we launched, the Freedom from Fear campaign, has many different directions. You're going to hear more about how we build up the campaign, taking this to the politicians, looking for legislation which protects our members. To do that, I will need your help. I will need union representatives to be writing to their MPs. Contact our political office and we'll give you the advice about how you do that. But we can change the legislation, providing that we run the campaign the way that I know we can with your help. So abuse is not a part of the job. Please visit the website, keep in touch with your local area organiser, see what more you can do to make sure that the politicians listen. But not only listen, but act on what we believe is an important change in the law that is necessary. Whilst the Westminster event was a great success, I particularly want to thank those union representatives who gave up the time to come and give evidence, the National Political Committee, who were there also to support those members, and also thank over 70 Labour MPs who turned up on the day, not only to have the photograph taken with the victims of violence, but also to support the campaign. And that gives them the opportunity to get local publicity. You know, it should be borne in mind that there are 5,000 shop workers in every constituency across the whole of the UK. And that's why this is such an important campaign and why politicians need to listen to those constituents who work within the sectors that Usdaw organises in. So, thanks to those who turned up and participated. But now to the next stage of building the campaign and ensuring that the political establishment understand what it's like to be a shop worker in 2014 and still fear going to the workplace on too often an occasion. You may not be aware that Usdaw has its own Freedom from Fear Facebook page, and I would ask you to visit this and also encourage your friends and family to do so also, and particularly to indicate you like the page. This is an opportunity now to use social networking to reach out to a wider audience. There's still a degree of ignorance about the level of abuse that our members face as a result of just going to work. So the Facebook page is intended to support the overarching campaign of Freedom from Fear, and I hope you will take the opportunity to visit it and support the campaign going forward. Usdaw has embraced the opportunity through social networking to communicate as wide and as possible on all of the union's campaigns. And you can do that through Twitter. Follow us on Twitter, follow the Facebook page, and that will keep you in touch with all of the work that the union is doing on your behalf, particularly on these very important campaigns.